If you've read Moms on Call, tried taking Cara Babies courses, followed every sleep consultant that you find on the internet, read all of the blogs, done everything, and watched videos like this, and your baby is still waking up every 2 hours overnight, this video is for you. Because the problem probably isn't that you need more information. It's that you're trying to apply advice that was not designed for your specific child. Here's what happens. Every time you start over with a new method, your baby or toddler has to start over too. And after a few weeks or even months of bouncing between different approaches, most parents end up believing that their child is just a bad sleeper, or maybe that they're low sleep needs, or maybe they're just not destined to have good sleep again until their baby is 10 years old. But that is not it. The longer that you keep collecting tips instead of identifying the actual problem, the longer your family stays exhausted. I am Marli, owner of the Cradle Coach and the Cradle Coach Academy, and for nearly a decade, our team has helped over 5,000 families stop guessing and start understanding why their child is not sleeping. So here's what almost every exhausted parent does. One tip from a book, another from Instagram, another chat with ChatGPT, a schedule from a friend, a bedtime routine from TikTok, and suddenly they have built a sleep plan that literally nobody actually recommends because it was never designed to work together in the first place. You don't need more sleep advice. You need somebody to figure out what advice actually applies to your specific child and your specific family's goals. And I know how overwhelming it feels whenever everybody has an opinion and none of them agree. So let's talk about why doing everything right still doesn't always work and what actually changes whenever a plan is customized to your specific child. So number one, more advice usually creates more confusion. Isolated sleep tips without understanding what your child's needs actually are often fail the second that you take them out of context. What worked for your friend's baby or the baby in that Instagram reel was built around that specific child's age, temperament, and family dynamics. Pull it out of that context and it stops making sense. And this is how parents unknowingly end up mixing 3 or 4 different approaches without actually realizing it. And so whenever nothing works, it's not because you did something wrong. It's because success was never about learning a different technique. It was about understanding why your child is waking up in the first place. And this is exactly what Rachel on my team helps families identify. She has been doing this for over 11 years and has worked with thousands of families, and she knows exactly what questions to ask to find out what's actually driving your child's sleep challenges. She offers a free 15-minute call where you can talk through your situation, ask your questions, and find out whether working with us is the right fit for you. The link is in our description if you want to schedule that time with her. Okay, so back to it. Number 2, every baby, every child is needing to solve a different problem. Temperament, age, feeding schedule, sleep environment, your own parenting preferences. All of that interacts and all of it matters. 2 babies can have the exact same symptom and need 2 completely different solutions. As an example, baby A and baby B both wake up every 2 hours overnight. Naturally, it looks like the same problem. But once we actually dig into each of these families' full picture, we find that baby A needed daytime feeding adjustments, and baby B needed help building independent sleep habits. Same symptom, waking up every 2 hours, completely different solution. That is what we evaluate before we ever recommend a plan. Not, this worked for a different kid that is about the same age, so it should work for you. No, we look at what is actually true for your specific child. Number 3, consistency only works when you're consistent with the right plan. Everyone on the internet tells you, just stay consistent. But it's hard to stay consistent with a strategy when you're not even sure if it's the right one to begin with. That uncertainty is usually why so many parents jump ship every few days and switch approaches again, which just confuses the child. Confidence does not come from trying harder. It usually comes from having a plan that actually matches your child's needs and understanding the reasoning behind it. So then you're not guessing whether to just stick it out or start over. So before you try another random sleep tip tonight, I want you to ask yourself one question. Do I actually know why my child is waking? And if the answer is no, don't add another strategy. Figure out what the actual reason for that waking is first. And if you're stuck there, I want to invite you to schedule a free call with Rachel. That link is in our description below. She's not getting on the phone to sell you anything. She's getting on the phone to understand your child, see if it's actually a good fit for us to work together. And then if it is, y'all can talk about what that looks like. The families that we work with don't just end up with better sleep. They stop second guessing every bedtime, every wake up, every decision. Because when you understand why your child sleeps the way they do, parenting gets a whole lot less overwhelming. And here's what I want you to walk away from this conversation with. The goal is not for you to know everything about baby sleep. That is a waste of your time. The goal is to know what your child needs. Because at the end of the day, that is all that matters. Generic advice works whenever your family fits the exact situation it was designed for. The hard part is knowing whether it does. So if you've tried everything and nothing has worked, that does not mean that you have failed. It might just mean that nobody has looked at your complete picture yet. And if you are a mom who is thinking about ways that you can make money from home, be more present with your kids, maybe add additional income to your job that you already do, or even leave your existing job entirely and do something else that is much more flexible, I want you to consider sleep consulting as a possible alternative to what you're currently doing to earn an income. I mentioned earlier, I also own the Cradle Coach Academy. We train and certify women to become certified sleep consultants and then help them build businesses that fit in around their life. So if that has been sitting in the back of your mind, come hang out in our school community where we have income breakdowns, real graduate stories, and everything that you need to know about what this path actually looks like before you decide if it's right for you. The link is in our description below, and I would love for you to join us there.